Subscribe and turn on notifications to enter our PS4 and Xbox One giveaway. The link is in the description. Have you ever wanted to save time and serve both of those meals at once but just don't have enough space? Well, this actually fixes that issue and is a genius idea. Number 25, extra space.
Simply place one plate on an upside down mug and you have instant two-tier action.
Number 24, teeth whitening. Are your teeth the same color as this G Fuel cap? Pretty much yellow/orange. That's not good because that means your oral hygiene is not on point. But don't worry, there's a simple hack for that. Half a teaspoon of baking soda and half a teaspoon of lemon juice, mix it together until you get some form of a paste. And after you get this paste, you put it on your toothbrush and brush your teeth for approximately 1 minute and no more. If you go 1.5 minutes, that's kind of pushing it, but don't go any more than that because it's bad. Afterwards, you spit it out and then just brush your teeth like normal. Number 23, you could be getting watched. If you're ever being interrogated by an officer and you want to see if someone on the other side of this potentially double-sided mirror is watching you, and of course the officer lets you, for some random reason, I don't know why he would, but if he does, there's a certain way to find out if it's a double-sided mirror and someone could be on the other side watching you. You take your finger and you put it against the mirror. Now, what you're looking for is a little gap. Like there's a tiny space between your finger and the mirror part. If you can see that gap, it's most likely not double-sided. The chances are very slim, but if there's no gap, you're most likely being watched. Number 22, opening a jar. Having difficulty opening up a tight jar? Well, place a rubber band around it and voila, the pressure will be applied so much that it will loosen up the lid. Number 21, slip free. Tired of your doormats or even rugs slipping all over the place whenever you try to just walk on them? Well, put down some Velcro strips and slip no more. Number 20, not so good at giving gifts. Have you ever been in one of those moments where you want to get your friend a gift, but you're not exactly sure what they want? Well, there's a simple way to, this is like a 90%, it works 90% of the time kind of thing. So pretty much what you do is you walk up to your friend and you say, I got you a gift. They'll say, oh, thank you, what is it? Hopefully they ask, and if they don't, just kind of interject something, but if they do ask, say, try to guess. And so they'll guess, and what they'll most likely guess with is probably something they want. So let's say you said, take a guess, and they said Xbox, obviously they might want an Xbox. So then at that point, you can just note down later, oh, they might want an Xbox, then get them an Xbox, and how convenient, later on, they get an Xbox, and you can tell them that they guessed right, even though you just kind of, pretty much bamboozled them, but that's a good way to do that. Number 19, easy way to eat Chinese food. Here's a little tiny trick for those of you who don't know how to use chopsticks, and I can cop up to it. I don't even know how to use them either, so if you're a viewer right now watching this and you don't know how to use it, it's okay, I can relate. So the wrapper that it comes in, you pretty much ball it up to as small as you can, or kind of fold it in little corners, try to make a little square if you can, whatever you do. Put it at the top of the chopstick, in between the two, take a rubber band, put it around the rubber band, and of course you're gonna be like MacGyver at this point, like you just have random things you're pulling out of your pocket. But it's a really good tactic, and all you have to do at this point is pretty much squeeze it to hold the food and then just put it in your mouth and you're good. There's already trainer chopsticks, well, I guess helper chopsticks that have this already in place that is connected by wood, but if you don't have access to this is a really good way to do it. Number 18, toothpicks galore. Is your keyboard just a little bit dirty, kind of similar to how mine is? I really do need to get that cleaned. All you need to do is take a little bit of cotton, put it on one of the ends of the toothpick, similar to what a Q-tip would look like, and voila, you have yourself a tiny little keyboard cleaner. Are you eating something like wings and your fingers just get super messy? Well, there's a simple solution for that as well in regards to toothpicks. As you can see on screen right now, all you do is take your toothpick, poke it in said food, or hot wing, or whatever it is, and just put it into your mouth, and it's as simple as that. Number 17, appetizers in a cupcake tray. Here's a simple trick for when you're hosting a party. With the simple use of a muffin tin, you can make your life a lot easier.
And today I'm gonna make a baked mac and cheese in a cupcake pan. I've got my mixture here, and all I'm gonna do is scoop this into my cupcake pan, and I'm gonna bake these in the oven, bake them until they're nice and brown and crunchy on top, so don't go away. All right, I've just taken my baked mac and cheese appetizer out of the oven. Look at how delicious that looks.
Number 16, straighten your collar. Hair straighteners, you know what I'm talking about, girls use them all the time. Well, there's a lot of uses for them, including this. Number 15, light everything up. During a power outage, what you're going to want to do is point your flashlight upwards towards your ceiling or whatever's above you. It's going to improve illumination, look away just for a second, let your eyes adapt, and boom, it's much easier. If you're a fan of dunking Oreos in milk, which I'm pretty sure a lot of us are, including myself, I can cop up to that as well, and you've had one of those instances where you're trying to use your fingers to dunk the Oreo in the milk, maybe you get a little bit on your fingers, maybe you just can't get the entire Oreo in, well, there's a little solution to that. Use a fork, put it into the cream portion, just dunk it in. Number 13, prop it up. Need a way of keeping your phone propped up? Well, if you follow the simple directions as follows, you can have your phone propped up in no time for those simple Netflix and chill sessions. Number 12, keeping jewelry organized. A simple method to keep your jewelry organized better than you could have ever imagined. If you just have a random medication organizer laid around, or you can just simply order one online somewhere, you can have your jewelry for separate specific days if you want to wear things. Number 11, ketchup galore. You know those tiny little buckets that you get at McDonald's that you fill up with ketchup and you maybe need like 4 of them for your fries? Well, those 4 that you need for your fries, you really don't need 4 anymore. If you follow this, you really only need 1.
What if all you have to do is grab it like that and pull it over here and skip 1 or 2, pull it on this one, and you got this big bucket now, and this bucket. You see, we can fit the 2 buckets of ketchup.
Number 10, hold it down. I'm sure a lot of you that drink soda probably have the consistent issue where your straw, if you're of course using one, happens to float up to the top randomly. I know this happens to me a lot, it's really annoying, but what you do if you have a can, specifically only with cans in this instance, the tab that you flip it open with, if you turn it around and stick a straw on that, 90% of the time, it's gonna stay there. Number 9, make everything smell good. Everyone deals with the dirty / smelly garbage can, maybe sometimes even a dirty clothes hamper, because you know how that can smell. You know, you get done with a long exercise, throw those socks in there, ooh, I know about that. But point being is that you take a dryer sheet, you know, those tiny small sheets you put in the dryer to make your clothes smell good, and just put that at the bottom of the garbage can, maybe the bottom of the hamper, and voila, there you go. Number 8, tie it down. Do you want to make sure that that bag you take with you on your vacation is yours 100%? Well, this is something that even myself and my family have done before, but just tie something brightly colored around it. Maybe something abstract, contrasting colors, something. Number 7, keep your hands clean. Do you have chips at the bottom of your bag and you really don't want to dirty your hands up by putting it inside of it? Well, it's as simple as taking the bag and pushing it upwards. The contents within it should rise to the top. This video should explain it better than I could show it. Number 6, smaller plates. Maybe you're on a diet, maybe you just want to lose a couple pounds, something like that. Well, it's as easy as just using a smaller plate, as psychology says, which is something I love because it's brilliant, that if you use a smaller plate, fill it up, and compare it to a bigger plate that's filled up, obviously the smaller plate's going to be less proportionate to the one that has a lot more stuff on it, which is the bigger plate. It still looks like a lot though, because you know, they're both full plates. But evidently, the smaller plate is less food than the bigger plate, but your mind doesn't really know that if you're not paying attention, so technically, you're fooling yourself into thinking you're eating a lot, but you're really not. Try it. Number 5, Easter surprise. Here's a fun Easter treat for the kids. Even if it's not Easter, screw it, you know, it's still a treat.
The first thing we'll need is a Coke bottle. Next, we'll need something to melt the chocolate in. I'll be melting this in the microwave for 30-second intervals. Here's how it looks after another 30 seconds. Woohoo! Now it's ready to pour into our bottle. While the chocolate is setting, we're gonna need to rotate it every now and then so it gets a nice even layer. Yum! More chocolate!
chocolate, chocolate, chocolate. I love chocolate.
If you're scared that maybe you, a loved one, a friend, a family, maybe a child, someone is ever going to lock themselves in a room without them purposefully doing it, this hack is definitely for you.
Okay guys, what you want to do is grab a rubber band, just lock it on one door side, and bend the rubber band like that, and just lock in the other side. You do the same thing with the rubber band, bend it, and just go on the other side. See how the middle part is locked? And look, boom, look at that. You close it, and you don't have to bend it. You just...
Number 3, clip holder. Number 2, iced coffee. Here's one for you coffee lovers out there. If you're a big proponent on not having your iced coffee watered down, because who would like that anyways, just freeze a pot beforehand so in the morning, boom, you can wake up and there it is, tasting as strong as it would have been anyways. And finally, number 1, bread clip organizer. Cable organization for me is not a thing, but point being is that if you do have random cables laying around and you want to really make sure you know where they're going, a good way to do that is just label a couple bread clips and clip them on the cords. I mean, it's very simple and very effective. And that concludes the video. Thank you for watching 25 life hacks that will change your life. If you've enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for better content to come in the future. And have yourselves a great day.